Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to sharpen the squeegee. Now, one of the first things that I ask anybody that has an automatic is you have a squeegee sharpener, you should sharpen your blade about every 10,000 pricks, which can take anywhere from a week to a month depending on the shop and how busy you are. So in order to sharpen the squeegee, here's the first thing I do. Take a marker and I mark the bottom of the squeegee so that I know how much I've taken off and if it's straight and if it's not. So we're going to just mark up the whole bottom here. Alright, so that's good enough for seeing what we're doing. Now often you'll either have the edges that are not quite straight. So the purpose of the squeegee sharpener is two things. One is to straighten the squeegee and two is to sharpen the edge of the blade. So we're going to put it in the sharpener, clamp it down. Alright, then what we're going to do is take our blade and we're going to make it so that it's just not touching it. And so what we'll do is, that looks pretty close. Alright, once we have that, we're going to turn on the machine. And we're going to slowly go across. And every quarter turn is about 3 to 4 thousandths of an inch. So what we want to do is we want to see if we're hitting the blade. Make sure you never stop on the blade. Going in this direction, meaning from left to right, you're cutting off some of the material. From right to left, you're not doing anything. So right now I'm touching. You can see how I'm already hitting into this area, but not the other parts, and that's because this blade is not straight. So we're going to do this about 3 or 4 times before we turn again. And you just want to keep up a steady pace. You don't want to go too fast, but you definitely don't want to go too slow either. I will give it another quarter turn. And you can kind of feel it with your hands when you're actually cutting. So this is a fairly normal situation. The 2 outside edges are getting cut. The center is not yet. And we're going to take this really slow. This is a softer squeegee. It's a triple durometer, 55, 90, 55. So we want to make sure that we don't go too fast because then the 55s won't get anything. But the 90 will cut in and we'll end up with a concave blade. Now, the longer you wait to sharpen your blade, the longer it's going to take to get them sharp and get them straight again. So you can see how down here we're pretty close. Nothing here, I can feel it, and then we're hitting here. So, nice and easy. You definitely don't want to go too fast. Whatever you do, you want to keep it nice and steady. Now, if you do this on a regular basis, you won't have to take very long because you won't have that much to cut down. This blade has obviously not been done in a long time, and so it's taking that much longer. with a softer blade, you definitely have to be a little more careful than with a hard blade. A hard blade sharpens up very quickly. The soft blade does not. Almost there. We're probably about as close as we're going to get shortly. I usually give it about 3 to 5 passes before I come in a little bit closer. All right, that'll work. So once you have that part done, what you're going to do is take your blade out. While the wheel is spinning, we want to take the edge off. Actually easier from this side. You don't have to take off much, but we want to just round that corner just a touch. And there we have it. Nice sharp blade. Ready to do what it's supposed to do.